Hello students, welcome to today's class. In this class, I'm going to continue the chapter statistics. Yesterday, means in the last class, we have studied about bar graph and the second one histogram. And in this class, also I'm going to continue the same exercise. Now, first look at the question number 4. I think I have left this question actually for you, okay? Because this is of a different variety. Question number 4 and question number 7 are actually of same variety. So that's why I have left this one fourth one. So today I'm going to solve fourth and seventh question. First, look at the fourth question. What actually it says is like this: the length of 40 leaves of a plant are measured correct to 1 millimeter, and the obtained data is represented in the following table. Okay, in the first column, length in millimeter is given in terms of class interval, and in the second column, number of leaves are given. And the sub questions are like this: draw a histogram to represent the given data. In the bracket, it is hint is given for you. So that's why I told for you this is of a different variety. Is there any other suitable graphical representation for the same data? Is it correct to conclude that the maximum number of leaves are 153 millimeter long? Why? Okay, first let us answer the first sub question, histogram. Okay, so before that, before drawing the histogram, you need to make this one continuous. Now look at here, just I have written what table. Okay, the table what he has given, I have written this one. So now look at here, this is actually a so whenever there are class intervals, you need to identify one important thing. So whenever the data is presented in this form by means of class interval, and here it is actually called as the frequency. Remember this word. Okay, I'm going to use this word in the next year. Okay, in the next year statistics chapter. Just to remember, these are all class intervals, and these are all actually frequencies. Okay, they are called as frequencies. And now look at here. So this has a special name actually. So just I told for you, it is a grouped frequency distribution for you. Moreover, in particularly, it is actually called as continuous frequency distribution. Remember this word, continuous frequency distribution. So, and one important thing why I'm going to use the word continuous is, now look at here. Okay, so now just look at one more question, that is the question number 5. You have solved this one already in the last class. Okay, if you just look at the question number 5, now look at here it is 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, and so on. So now look at here. So 400 is the upper limit of the first class interval. The same number becomes lower limit of the next class interval. And the same thing here, the upper limit is 500. The same number becomes lower limit of the next class interval. Here also the same thing. Okay. So now just look at here. Okay. So means the upper limit of this class interval is becomes lower limit of the next class interval. So that's why it is called as actually what? Continuous frequency distribution. But if you look at the given question, means in the question number 4, it is like this. Now look at here. Here 126 is the upper limit of this class interval. Then same number should be lower limit of this class interval, but it doesn't happen here. Here 127 is present, but here 126 is present. The same thing. Okay, here the upper limit is 135, but here 135 is not present, 136 is present. But here also the same thing, 144 but not 144, 145, 153 but not 153, 154 is present, like this. Okay, it happens for all the class intervals. So this type of distribution is actually not called as continuous. The word continuous is because of that one. Okay, so the same number should be present here. Okay, like that, then only it is called as continuous, otherwise it is discontinuous. Okay, so now first you need to convert this one into continuous frequency distribution. After that you need to plot the histogram, remember. Okay, so how to convert this one into continuous? Just try to understand one important thing. Okay, so it's very easy to convert this one. Now look at here 126, here 127. What is the difference between these two numbers? 127 minus 126, the difference is 1. Difference is 1. Okay, divide that one by 2 means what is the difference? 1 divided by 2 means you will get how much? 0.5. Okay, so now look at here, difference is 1. Okay, if you divide that one by 2 you will get what? 0.5. You will get what? 0.5. So now you need to do like this, decrease each lower limit, all the lower limit. Okay, decrease all these lower limits by 0.5. Okay, you need to decrease lower limits by 0.5 and increase all these upper limits by 0.5. Are you getting my point? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1 ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 2 ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಅದೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 0.5 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ 0.5 ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಲೋಯರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? 0.5 ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ನ 0.5 ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಗೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ 2 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬದರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. 135 to 136 one difference, 144 to 145 one difference, 150 through 154 one difference will be same. Okay, so just you need to think what is the difference. Suppose it is a difference is a 2, 2 by 2 means it will become 1. So then you need to decrease lower limit by 1, increase upper limits by 1, like that. ಆತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ now you need to decrease by 0.5. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಲೋಯರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ನ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ನೌ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ the modified table here, and this is actually the continuous table, continuous frequency distribution. Now look at here, if you decrease 0.5 in 118 you will get what? 117.5, and if you increase this one by 0.5 it will become 126.5. Okay, so now you need to decrease by 0.5. 127 means it will become what? 126.5, and then increase. Okay, 135.5. Okay, so next 136 decrease, 135.5 increase. Okay, 144.5, 144.5, and then 153.5 increase. Okay, 153.5, 153.5, 162.5, and then 162.5, and then 171.5 increase. Okay, now decrease 0.5, 171.5, 180.5. okay, so now look at the class interval, 160, 126.5 same number. Okay, 135.5 same number, 144.5, 153.5, 162.5, 171.5. okay, so now it is continuous. Okay, so this is discontinuous. Whenever the data is given in this format you need to convert this one into continuous format like this. This is a procedure, remember this one. This will be helpful for next year also, remember. And what about the frequency? Means second column, there will be no change in the second column, you need to write on as it is. Remember, there will be no change in the frequency column, you need to write on as it is. Here it is, first number is 3, 5, and then 9, and then 12, and then 5, and then 4, and then 2. okay, so now it is converted as a continuous frequency distribution, and for this table you need to draw what? Histogram. So now I have written already the axis. In this line you need to write down what? Length in millimeter. Okay, and in this direction, y direction, you need to write down what? Number of leaves. Okay, so now the next step is scale. Okay, choosing the scale is very important. So first I'm going to write on the scale here. Okay, so actually you need to write on the graph sheet, but I'm going to write on here. So the scale is actually like this. I'm going to choose, I told for you, x-axis. For scale on x-axis, don't bother about this one. 1 centimeter is equal to, so what is the width? Now just understand what is actually the width here. Okay, so here the width is actually how much? 117.5 means, just if you take a 118, 2 plus and here 7, I think it is a 9 actually difference. Okay, write down the unit actually. Okay, it is actually in millimeter, 9 millimeter. Okay, 9 millimeter. And for y axis you need to think, and it depends upon the highest and least value. So what is the least value here? I think 2. Okay, I think 2 is the least value, 12 is the highest value. So that's why I think if it covers up to 12 centimeter. Okay, what about my graph? Okay, it is covering up to 12 centimeters. So that's why I'm going to take what 1 centimeter is equal to 1. What is this one actually? What is the unit of this one? Number of leaves actually. One leaf. Okay, one leaf actually. Okay, one leaf, singular. Okay, so now I'm going to mark the points on the axis. So now look at here. So what is the lower limit here? It is not 0. So that's why you need to show like this break. Okay, remember this one. And after that you need to start from here actually. So first one is actually what? 117.5. Next one you need to write on this one, 126.5. Okay, so this is 117.5 and this is 126.5. So I have written below because there is no less space. Okay, so now then 135.5. Okay, this is 135.5 and then 145.5, 144.5. Okay, I told for you go in this direction. Okay, from here to here and then up to here like this. Next, after 144.5, 153. Okay, so this is 153.5. I think it is not clearly visible for you, but you can understand. Okay, 162.5, 162.5 and then 171.5. This is 171.5 and 180.5. This is 180.5. And in this direction, 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, okay, 5, this one is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is 12. If you want to take 1 centimeter is equal to 2 leaves, then you need to write on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 like that. Okay, you can also use that scale also. So now I'm going to draw the histogram here. So the first one is actually, look at here, 117.5 to 126.5 means its frequency is how much? 3. So that's why first you need to notice where 3 is present. 3 is actually present actually here. Okay, so that's why you need to write on the rectangular bar up to here, and it should be of the length 3 units in the y direction, and this is actually the required bar for the first class interval. Okay, in the same sense, second one 5. Okay, 5 means you need to draw up to here. This is 5. Okay, and here it is from here to here 5. Okay, so and you need to enclose this one after 5. So what is the next one? 9. So 9 means you need to write on up to here. Okay, this is 9. Okay, so this is 9 and you need to close here. Okay, so this is actually what of frequency 9. So and the next one is after 9, it is actually how much? 12 actually. So 12 means it is actually present here, 12. So 12 from here to here. So this is actually the with the highest frequency. Okay, and you need to enclose here. Okay, so then after 12 it's actually 5. Okay, 5 means it will be up to here. Okay, so the next thing is after 5, it's actually what? 4. Okay, 4 means it will come up to here. So you need to draw the rectangular bar of length 4 units in the y direction. And the last one is actually what? It is a 2. Okay, so just you need to draw the what rectangular bar of length 2 units in the y direction. So 2 units means you will get the bar like this, and this is actually the bar graph representation of the question number 4. So if you don't convert this one into the continuous format, you will lose complete marks. Remember, entire marks will be deducted for you. So the first thing, you need to convert this one into continuous format. Okay, and you need to shade the graph also, and don't forget to show this symbol. Okay, break. Okay, if you don't show this one, you will lose mark. Okay, certain marks will be allotted for this one also, and for unit also, and for scale also. Remember, along with unit, and you need to write down number of leaves, length in meter, everything. Okay, this completes the solution of question number 4. So now look at the second sub question in this one. Okay, question number 4. I forgot to tell the answer for this one. So look at here. Second one: is there any other suitable graphical representation for the same data? Actually, there is another way. It's actually frequency polygon, but it is removed from your syllabus. Just I conveyed the name for you. Just remember like this. Okay, if this question asked for you, you can write on frequency polygon, because frequency polygon and histogram, they are applicable for this type of distribution, that is class interval and frequency, like that. Okay, bar graph is not suitable. Remember, only it is suitable for contents in the first column, and variables assigned for each content. Then bar graph is suitable, but this cannot be represented in the bar graph. This can be represented in histogram, and another way is frequency polygon. So that's why your answer should be like this. Yes, and it is frequency polygon. This is the answer. Okay, so for the third one, is it correct to conclude that the maximum number of leaves are 153 millimeter long? Why? ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅವನ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವಲ್ವಾ, ಅವು ಅದರ ಲೆಂತ್. ಸೊ ಡೇಟಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ 40 ಲೀವ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಇದು ಸಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 40 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 40 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಒಂದೇ, ಶೇಪ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೈಜ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಲೀವ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಅದಿನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಆರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಇವರು ಡೇಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇಂದು ಸೈಜ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು 153 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ? ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, 153 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, 144.5 ಟು 153.5 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 153 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? 153 ಲೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು 12 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ನ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಬಟ್ ಆ 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ನೋ, ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದು, ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ 145, 146 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 147 ಒಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು, 147.5 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 148 ಅನ್ನೋದೇ 3 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 149 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 151 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 152 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 153 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, 153.5 ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವನೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ 153 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ರಾಂಗ್, ಆ ತರ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾರಿಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಈ 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಒಂದು 5 to 6 ಅಥವಾ 5 to 6 ಯಾಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ 153 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಆ ತರ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 12 ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇಂದು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದೇ ಹೊರತು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ 153ನೇ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. it is not correct. Okay, it is not correct uh, because you need to write down like this. I'm going to convey for you orally. Because the 12 leaves which belongs to the class interval, the 12 leaves which belongs to the class interval 144.5 to 153.5 can have any dimension between 144.5 millimeter to 153.5 millimeter. So we can't exactly say their dimension is exactly 153 millimeter. Therefore, it is incorrect. This is the correct answer. Okay. So just I have conveyed orally. You need to write on in your notebook. Okay. So this completes the complete solution of the question number 4. Now look at the question number 7. The runs scored by two teams A and B on the first 60 balls in a cricket match are given below. Okay, so for the two teams it is given, means it consists of actually two data for team A and for team B, and you need to draw actually frequency polygon, but it is not included. That's why I'm going to draw about histogram. ಸೊ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಂದೇ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಒನ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಟೂ ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್. ಟೀಮ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೀಮ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೀಮ್ ಎ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದ್ ಟೈಮು, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಡೇಟಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೀಮ್ ಬಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಟೀಮ್ ಬಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಡೇಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಟೂ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟೇಬಲ್. ಎರಡು ಡೇಟಾನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಎರಡು ಡೇಟಾಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಒನ್ ಡೇಟಾ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಎ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಟೀಮ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇದೇ ವೇನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ನಾವು ಲುಕ್ at here 1 to 6, but here 6 is absent, 7 is present. Okay, 70 12, but here 13 is there. Okay, 12, but here 13, same thing. Okay, now I want to convert this one into continuous frequency distribution. I think the procedure is very familiar for you. So now just identify what is the difference between these two. Again it is 1. Okay, 6 to 7 means 7 minus 6 means 1. So divide this one by 2, you will get what? 0.5. Okay, so in decrease 0. Lower limits by 0.5, increase upper limit by 0.5, then it will become continuous. Now look at here, it is become 0.5 to 6.5, then 6.5 to 12.5. Okay, 12.5 to 18.5, and then 18.5 to 24.5, and then 24.5 to 30.5, and then 30.5 to 36.5, and then 36.5 to this is 36.5 to 42.5, next 42.5 to 48.5, and then 48.5 to 54.5, and the last one 54.5 to 60.5. Okay, number of class intervals are actually very large here. Totally 10 class intervals are there. Now look at here, it is continuous 6.5 6.5, 12.5 12.5, 18.5 18.5, and so on. So and there will be no change in the frequency. 218 218 945 9 4, and then 5 945 6 10 6 2 6 10 6, and then 2. Okay, so now it is actually converted into continuous frequency distribution, and you need to draw the histogram for this one. Now in the graph sheet I have already written the axis x and y axis. In the x axis you need to write on this one, that is actually what number of balls. Okay, and here it is actually what, this is actually the runs scored by team A. Okay, so these are actually what runs scored by A, so that's why I have written runs. Okay, so now the next thing is choosing scale. Okay, first for x axis I am going to write on scale here. So scale for x axis, first x axis. So what is the scale? 1 cm is equal to what is the width here. Okay, just you need to identify what is the width here. Okay, so 1 to 7 means it will become 6, I think. Okay, so here the class interval is initially actually what it is 5. Now actually it will be increased by 1 before to here. Okay, before making it continuous and up to here, there will be a change in the class interval, class size. Okay, so try to understand. So before it is 1 to 6 actually. 1 to 6 means the class width of the class interval is 5, but here now it is changed to 6 actually, means it will increase us by 1. So 6 actually what, 6 balls actually. Okay, 6 balls, here it is number of balls, that's why. And for y-axis you need to choose actually. Now look at here, which is the smallest number, which is the biggest one. Smallest one, biggest is 10, means I think if you take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit is actually what, run. Okay, 1 run, then it will be better. Okay, so now I'm going to mark here. Look at here, it is not 0. Okay, lower limit, that's why you need to show what, break like this. So after that, here it is 0.5. Okay, so this one 0.4, next 6.5, this is, and the next you need to come here 12.5. Okay, 12.5, next 18.5. Okay, just look at the table, 18.5. After that 24.5. After that 30.5. After that 36.5. After that 42.5. After that 48.5. After that 54.5. After that 60.5. Okay, next thing is on y-axis. So now it is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 run, means you need to write on like this, 1 2 3 4 5 so on. Okay, 1 2 3, this is 4, and this is 5, this is 6, this one is a 7, this one is 8, this one is 9, and this is 10. I think it will be enough because highest number is 10, that's why. And the remaining thing is actually what, just you need to write on the rectangular bar. So for the first one it is a 2. Okay, so that's why 2 means you need to draw up to here. Okay, so this is the rectangular bar which represents the first class interval. Okay, next it's actually 1 actually. Okay, so for the next one it is 1. Okay, so this is actually what, 1. Okay, so and the next thing is it is 8 actually. Okay, so it is 8 means you need to draw the rectangular bar up to here, 8 units. Okay, in the direction of y-axis, here it is the 8, so that's why you need to draw up to here 8. So now need to close the top also. Okay, and 8 is actually what, corresponding to 12.5 to 18.5. Now look at it, 12.5 to 18.5, this one. Okay, it is 8. Now it is 9 actually. Okay, after that it should be equal to how much, 9 means just 1 unit above the previous rectangular bar. Okay, so now you need to draw here up to 9 units. Okay, and you need to close the top, this one. Okay, so then after 9 it should be equal to 4, means up to here. 4 means you need to draw the rectangular bar up to this one, 4 units. Okay, 4 units, and you need to enclose here also. If you enclose here, okay, 9 after 4 means after the 4 it should be equal to how much, 5. 5 means just 1 centimeter above the previous rectangular bar, this is 5. And here it is also equal to how much, 5. This is also 5, and you need to enclose this one top side, it will become like this. Okay, 5. Okay, after that 6 actually, that 6.5 to 42.5, it is 6 means just 1 unit above the previous bar. Here it is the 6, and here this is up to 6 actually, and you need to close here also. Okay, so then 6 after that it is actually 10. Okay, so again it is goes on increasing, this is actually the highest value. Okay, means the bar with the highest uh, length. Up to 10 means you need to draw up to here. Okay, so this one, and after that 6. After that 6 means you need to draw up to here actually. So this is a 6 means you need to draw up to here. Okay, so after 6 it is a 2, last one. So this is the 2. So this completes the histogram of this question. This is only for team A. This represents what? Team A. In the same sense, you need to make the class intervals continuous. You will get the same thing, but here you need to write on the runs scored by team B. Then in another graph sheet you need to write on the histogram like this. Okay, are you getting my point? So for the same question 7, you need to write on one more histogram for team B. Okay, first column is the same as it is, and here also the values will become same as it is, but here the values will changes. Okay, because you need to write on here what? The runs scored by team B, and the length of these rectangular bars are also varies, because the runs scored by team B will be differ from team A. That's why, and you need to write on that one. This is an exercise for you, and this completes the exercise, the second exercise of this chapter, that is, sorry, third exercise 14.3 of this chapter. And the last topic, which is measure of central tendency, it is also removed from this chapter, remember. Okay, so the last concept is also removed from your syllabus, but even though just you need to understand some measure of central tendencies, because it will be helpful for you in the next class, that is in the class 10. So that's why Monday also I'm going to continue one more class for this chapter. Just I'm going to convey for you what is the meaning of mean, median and mode. They are called as a measure of central tendencies. Okay, so now let us stop today's class. I will continue this one in the next class. Okay, thank you, Nanda.